Hey guys, Chef Charlie here with part 2 of our meal prep situation. You feel me? So go and check out part 1. This is part 2. So if you're seeing this one first, go back, check out part 1 so you know everything that's happening with this. But if you cannot tell from our ingredients, we are making mashed sweet potatoes, okay? So we have all of our tools and everything that we need. These are our ingredients. So what we have here is coconut milk, a little bit of cinnamon. And we're really not going to use all this cinnamon. I just took that much out. But I'm going to sprinkle and stop when I think I need to stop. That is 100% pure honey, softened cream cheese, and already pre-baked sweet potatoes. Pre-baked sweet potatoes, softened cream cheese, coconut milk, honey, and cinnamon. Oh, I forgot one thing actually that I did want to add in here that I didn't, but is a little bit of vanilla. Okay, pure vanilla extract. Okay, that is not imitation. That is the good stuff. That's the real stuff. So what I'm going to do is just add a capful into the coconut milk, because you do not need a lot of this at all. You just need a capful, and really not even always a capful. Okay, because it's very potent, because it's the real wine. So but yeah, y'all see we're coming from a new location. Y'all see the stove is different. All right, take a minute to go ahead and subscribe. If you have not subscribed, go ahead and like, because you're gonna like the video. Okay, so go ahead and like, go ahead and do all that stuff so that we can really get started. But so as you see, wow, the sun is doing a thing right now. Let me see if I can change that. Hold on real quick. Ooh, come on. Yes. Okay, perfect. I had to turn the blind up because the sun did a thing and then y'all couldn't see. But anyway, yeah, so excited, right? So we're making mashed sweet potato for a meal prep client. Super excited. I'm going to show y'all the technique that I use to make my sweet potatoes. So first and foremost, let's talk about the potatoes. So I pre-baked these already. Sweet potatoes are called sweet potatoes because they're already naturally sweet. Now, what you have to do from that point of already knowing that they're naturally sweet is you have to figure out how to get that natural sweetness to come out. So I don't know if y'all can see that, but that right there, that liquid in there, that is the naturally sweet, syrupy deliciousness that came out of the sweet potato. How did I do that? And yes, we are using this, okay? I'm so happy that you can see that liquid at the bottom of there, right? So you have to figure out a way to get all of the sweetness naturally out of here, so that way you can add as little sugar as possible, right? So how did we do that? The technique that I use is very simple: baking them. So we bake them, and what we do is we leave them at room temperature. And we allow all of the sugar, see that sweet syrupy stuff. So some of it is going to come out, like you see here. Some of it is going to come out, but the other sugars are going to redistribute throughout the sweet potato. All right, and so as they sit there, they're going to redistribute back into, but see, what happens is the sugar will sit now on top of the sweet potato. So I took a knife. All I did was take a knife, cut the ends of it, and then go straight down the middle so we can open it up and see what it looks like, right? So what you're seeing is the natural sugar of the sweet potato. What it did was it redistributed. So now the sugars, the natural sugars, are sitting on top of the sweet potato. That means this is going to taste more like a sweet potato. I'm going to go ahead and tell y'all right now, boiling sweet potatoes is not the ideal method to go about mashed sweet potatoes, or even pureed sweet potatoes, like if you're putting it inside of sweet potato pie. The best way to go about it is to cook it in its skin, so that way the sugars will have an opportunity to redistribute, and you will get more sweet potato flavor that way. Because a lot of times people will flavor their sweet potatoes with cinnamon and with sugar, with brown sugar, And then you taste the sweetness of the brown sugar and of the cinnamon, but you don't taste the sweet potato. Well, the way to go about that is cooking it in its skin, keeping all of those natural sugars and natural flavors inside the sweet potato. So if you have a recipe for sweet potatoes, whether that's sweet potato pie or whatever, and the recipe tells you to peel the potatoes and cut them up and put them in a pot of water to boil them, skip that step and do it this way. I promise you, you will not be disappointed. Okay, so bake the sweet potatoes. These sweet potatoes are baked at 375. Like I said, left at room temperature so that way the sugars can redistribute. Let's turn on our stove real quick. Now, y'all, you know me, I am used to working with gas. All right, so as y'all notice, this is a electric stove, so I'm getting a little used. You know, I've worked on an electric stove before, but you know, I prefer gas, but God is good, you know. And but you know, so I'm having, you know, the knowing which one is which. I don't know why, because even the way it's on this stove is a little weird, so I have to take my time and remember which one is the front element when I turn it on. So I picked the right one because the pot is getting hot. So we're going to start warming up our pot. And we have 2 ounces of cream cheese here. I probably won't use all of this coconut milk, but I just put a few ounces of coconut milk into my container there. Like I said, won't be using all of this stuff. We're going to add as we see fit. Okay, so cream cheese. Now listen, if y'all been following me for a long time, for these 2.5, 3 years that this channel has been around, y'all know cream cheese is probably one of my favorite things to put into a sweet potato. Okay, it just brings out that natural sweetness, and it adds a creaminess that butter does not. Plus, we're not using butter in this meal prep for health reasons. So we're going to use cream cheese, but we're going to use a small amount compared to our sweet potato, honey, and cinnamon, right? Coconut milk is naturally sweet. Coconuts are naturally sweet as well. So we're going to use a lot of things that are already naturally sweet. So then no added sugar is necessary. So my pot is getting a lot warmer now. So first thing I'm going to do, this is the coconut milk and vanilla that I added. I'm going to place that in there and make sure I get all that vanilla in there for sure. And we're going to start, and coconut milk is very thick. So I'm going to put enough in here to cover the whole bottom of the pan, of the pot. Okay? Isn't that pretty? Look, I put a little coconut milk inside the honey, but it's cool. Okay, so just enough to cover the bottom of the pot. And I'm going to let that warm up. I have my whisk here. And it's, like I said, it's very thick. Coconut milk plays no games, right? So boom, we're going to go ahead and let that start steaming up. We're going to take our knife, our paring knife, and I'm just going to cut my cream cheese into small pieces because the cream cheese is going in next. And I don't want to put a big old hunk of cream cheese in there because it's going to take forever to melt. So work smarter, not harder. So go ahead and cut that up. This is already softened cream cheese, so we're helping ourselves by having it softened already. And look, we got a little bubble on that coconut milk, so now it's time to add the cream cheese in, like so, like this. All right, boom, put it in. All right, play no games with it. All right, so we want that to go slow, so I'm going to turn that down to a medium high. We want it to go kind of slow. We want the cream cheese to melt into the coconut milk. All right, so we're going to let that happen. So far inside the pot we have coconut milk, cream cheese, and a little bit of vanilla. Okay, so what I'm doing right now is slowly melting that cream cheese into the coconut milk, and we're doing it on a little less than medium, like a medium, not a medium high, a medium. Okay, we're going to allow that to incorporate. But yeah, how y'all doing? I feel good. This is our first video coming from the new location. Still getting used to that electric stove, but you know, we can do it. It's hot. It cooks things. It's not a big deal. But I love that. This is really exciting because we're going to do a lot of new things in this space. And, ooh, it smells so good already, y'all. It smells amazing already. Just the coconut milk and the cream cheese in there already smell amazing. So I'm going to add a little bit of coconut, what is this? Cinnamon. Not, like I said, I'm not adding all of this cinnamon. I think really that's enough. Like so, like that. Mix that in there. So the technique that we're using, we're putting all of our ingredients in, all of our ingredients in, mixing them together. Sweet potato is going to be the last thing. Why? We want to develop the flavor of what we got going on in here. We want to develop the flavor, and so all the sweet potato is doing is coming to the party. Because think about it, it's already cooked, it's already soft. The sweet potato really don't need to do nothing else but show up to the party. All right, so that's how we're doing that. The sweet potato is the main character. Okay, so already prepped and primed and ready. It's coming with all of its natural sugars. Don't really need no help there. So I'm tilting my pan to the side so I can make a puddle in here and really mix that cream cheese in. But again, we're going slow. We're not trying to burn it. We're not trying to, you know, be too fast with it. But yeah, once I make that little small puddle right there on the side of the thing, inside of the pot, I can get a little whisking action in there, right? So, ooh, y'all, that looks good. That's a good little sauce that we started off with right there. So I'm gonna add a little bit of honey now. Just a little. Like I said, we're going to add more as we see fit, because one thing that I am a major proponent of, I don't know if that just sounds good right there. I don't know if I said it right, but I am a big taster of my food. You can't, I mean, I can make something taste great without tasting it, but I mean, why would I do that? Like, taste your food, you know, so you won't be surprised at anything. You know what I mean? I've been doing this for a long time. I've been doing this for years, and I still taste my food because I want to, number one, I want to, you know what I mean? Okay, so let's go ahead and start adding our sweet potato. So what I'm going to do is cut up even the sweet potato too. Okay, we don't want to put nothing too big up in there. We want to cut, because it's already cut down the middle from where I cut the skin. But look at how soft it already is. And you see how shiny it is? That is the sugar. That's the natural sugar sitting right on top. Those sugar sweet potato natural sugar molecules are sitting right up on top of the sweet potato. It just rose to the surface. It just rose to the occasion. It looks amazing. But I'm cutting it into smaller pieces, so once I add it to the pot, it just goes right in and does what it's supposed to do. We're not going to add no big old lunk of potato in here. No, we're not going to do that. All right, so here it's already cut down the middle, and what we're going to do is just go in and cut it in cubes like so, like this. All right, this is a perfect way to get your sweet potatoes sweet without doing too much sugar, without doing too much in general. Okay, so that's the end of the potato that I cut off. So what we're going to do is lift it. Be very gentle. Be very careful with it. Okay. Like so, like that. We want all of, see all of that stuff dripping? We want all the drip. Give us all the drip. We need it. Okay, so we just peel it off. Like so, like this. And put it in there. Look how easily that skin is coming off. You see all of that? That's called sweet potato goodness. You want that in there. Okay, that's how you get to have mashed sweet potatoes and no added sugar. That syrupy deliciousness, that's what we want. That's why we're probably more than likely not going to have to add no more honey to it, you know. So we're going to come off with the edges here. I'm putting a little edges right there. Come off with the edges. Be very gentle because it is very delicate. But yeah, we're gonna go ahead and just open it up. Look how easy that comes off. I literally, that's why also peeling for what? Go through all of that for what? When you cook it perfectly, you don't ever have to peel another sweet potato in your life. Look at how that's coming off. Guys, this is amazing. I don't know if you understand this, but you're witnessing a miracle of God right here, right now. All right? Peel another potato. Why would you do that? Why would you peel a potato? Why would you put yourself through that when all you got to do is bake it or steam it in its skin and then it comes off? Oh my God. Okay? Now, I know y'all thought I was playing when I said that we will be using all of that. No, we're using all of that. We're not playing. We're using it. Let's go. Stop playing with us. All right? Because one thing that makes a chef stand out. Did I drop some skin in there? I sure did. Y'all ain't even tell me. I dropped some skin in there. Look. But one thing that makes a chef stand out amongst other cooks and other food people is their food knowledge. You know? Because there's people out here who's still peeling potatoes. Do yourself a favor, people. Do not do it. Don't do it. Just don't do it. Now we're going to mix. Look, that sweet potato is already soft. It's already awesome. And there it is. Boom. Boom. Look. And I almost can guarantee you that I'm not going to have to add anything to this. But we're going to taste it, you know what I'm saying? Because that's what we do. Let me wash my hands real quick. Okay. So, we're definitely going to taste it, but y'all, do y'all see how easily it mixed in? And you use your I'm the type of person, I like to taste chunks in the chunks of potato throughout. Even when I do mashed potatoes, I like to taste the real chunks of potato. Okay, but we're gonna whip this out. We're gonna whip it out. She'll have a few sweet potato lumps, but that's okay. That's a good thing. That's how you know you got real sweet potato and they ain't out here lying to you and playing with you and making you feel like you eating something real and it's not real. No, this is how do you know it's real sweet potato? You're going to get a few of those real sweet potato chunks in there. You're going to get a string or two in there when you do it this way. That's how you know it's real food. It's whole food. Okay? So anyway, woo, this looks good. It smells good. I'm ready to taste, y'all. I'm not lying. Where's my tasting spoon? Hold on. I want to try it and see what we got going on here. And yes, honey, because it's giving everything it's supposed to give in my nose right now. I'm so excited. I get to calling people honey and sugar and baby. You know I'm excited. All right, woo! All right, so let's go. Tasting spoon. Let's see what we need to add. You really don't need nothing. You feel me? Me, myself, and I'm gonna go ahead and eat this. But I want to see a little more cinnamony-ness come out. As far as sweetness, the coconut milk is doing exactly what it's supposed to do. It's a mild sweetness to it. Okay, and you know, we can add a little more cinnamon, but cinnamon is very strong. We don't need a lot of it, and we're gonna add a little more honey, but very little. Now, like I said, this coconut milk is doing what it needs to do for me. I'm gonna be honest with you. It's doing exactly what I needed it to do. It's sweetening it. That cream cheese gives it a nice, consistent creaminess that you do not find with butter, because butter separates so easy. And you will be sitting up here with like liquid, greasy looking, shiny potatoes if you add butter, because butter is supposed to be added at the end. It's a quick thing of melting. That's why when you see somebody eat a baked sweet potato, they just put a little square of butter on top, because it's supposed to melt and it's supposed to be something that you add at the end. So if you eat these and you just like butter, you would put the butter on right before you eat it. Like, you will warm up the potatoes, add the butter, mix it in, eat. But butter should not be used it's not sustainable. It'll separate is what I'm saying. And it'll have your potatoes looking a mess and tasting a little weird. It'll change even the texture of it. But I just cut the stove off. This is done, y'all. I love it. The coconut is coming through. That mild sweetness of the coconut is coming through. The honey is helping it. The cream cheese is stabilizing it and causing it to be super creamy. We used all of these ingredients. This came out amazing. Now this will be my last one. We have some smoked chicken here because this goes with smoked chicken and a veggie. So once these cool, because everything has to be cool before we meal prep anything, you have to bring the temperature down. And it is a little, it's warm. It's not even crazy hot, but it is a little too warm to pack right now. So we're gonna cool it down. After we cool it down, we're gonna pack it up with the smoked chicken and the green beans. And so there will be a part 3 because I will show you all of the meal preps after they are complete. So thank you guys for coming to the chef's floor for our first video in our new location, making sweet potatoes, mashed sweet potatoes. This tastes like sweet potatoes, guys. It tastes like sweet potatoes. Like, it don't taste like some orange paste that is mashed that has a lot of brown sugar in it. I've noticed that when people make mashed sweet potatoes, they think it's about the brown sugar. They think it's about the just how to sweeten it, right? Praline, pecan, whatever they want to put on it. But it's really about the sweet potato. You want to be able to taste the sweet potato, and it's the same thing with sweet potato pie. God, that is, woo! Come on, Jesus. Jesus made this. Jesus made this. Yeah, it was Jesus. But no, but for real. Yeah, you taste the sweet potato. It's not overpowering sweetness. It's a very unique, mild sweetness that the coconut adds. That 100% honey is just, backing up that sweetness. You get a little hint of the cinnamon without it being overpowering. It's great, guys. This came out perfect. So try doing your sweet potatoes like this if you don't want to really add sugar. And if you're really and you're not even trying to add honey or agave, some people use agave, but if you're not even trying to add no type of honey or any sweetener, you just want to go with the coconut milk and the cream cheese, guys. I mean, I'm over the moon. I am excited about these results. It came out exactly the way it's really giving what I wanted it to give, basically. So God bless y'all. Thank y'all for coming. Thank y'all for watching. Part 3 is coming up for us packing and delivering our meal prep. All right. Yay, Chef Charlie.